Welcome to this video. I'd like to consider wisdom today. It is easy to throw around proofs, but actually proving anything within our perception is incredibly hard. To start, I can't even prove I exist. My existence is an experience, but I can't prove to any of you that I exist. I can't even prove that any of you exist. I know it is mostly a joke, but it is actually true that I can't prove I'm not in a simulation. Every single one of my senses are simply a matter of perception. I cannot guarantee that my perception is right on anything at all. If we are looking for absolute proof, we really can't know anything at all except that we are self-aware. This is why I bring up this point. Because we can't absolutely prove anything, we need to make certain assumptions. Considering the possibility that we are in a simulation is entirely meaningless. It means that everything we do is irrelevant because we can't be certain that it has any real effect on anything. All thinking becomes entirely meaningless if we consider that nothing is real. The fact that we are still alive testifies to the fact that we want to live. Wisdom, therefore, dictates that we pursue meaningful thoughts that benefit our lives. Wisdom dictates that we assume our existence is real for the sake of living a life of substance. By this same reasoning, it is foolishness to assume that either our existence is temporary or that there is no supreme judge. If we are temporary, then our lives are completely insignificant. Our period of living can be considered the variable x, and the total period of time can be considered y. As y stretches towards infinity, our lives become an equation of x over y, where y approaches infinity. The answer is that the value approaches zero. The value of our life approaches zero. But, you may say, the temporariness of our lives makes our lives more valuable. Perhaps the value of our life doesn't correlate to time at all. This is not wisdom. If the value of our life doesn't correlate to time, then we would not consider the past or the future. The fact that we plan for the future by hard work in the present shows that we do consider our life's value to be proportional to time. People who make these arguments contradict their words by their actions. Our actions show that we care about the future. Therefore, anyone who says that our life is more valuable because it is temporary is lying. Their actions clearly show that they care about the long term. In addition to that, it is simply nonsense. The value of our lives relates to our experience. More experiences means more value. Since I have shown that we need to make certain assumptions for the sake of wisdom, let us consider some more. We need to assume free will. One might say, why couldn't we be created without any sin? Why couldn't we be made perfect? Surely a loving God wouldn't have given us the free will to choose our own damnation. This argument is, again, flawed. The wicked might make this argument, but the righteous would not. The righteous are more abundantly rewarded for their prudence. By overcoming challenges and showing themselves truly good, they become worthy of a greater degree of prestige and blessings. For such people, these trials are the source of greater benefit. It is only those who make bad choices that desire for free will to be removed. The wicked don't have a right to such entitlement. We each make our choices, and they make theirs. But, you may say, it is possible that they were ignorant in their wickedness. When I say that we need justice and eternity, I include mercy as part of justice. What benefit does justice serve without factoring in ignorance, whether it be circumstantial or a result of apathy? Additionally, what do you want to accomplish by punishing someone who sets their heart upon evil? If someone genuinely changes, how can you consider punishing them as punishing the evildoer? Aren't they a totally different person in all relevant ways? This is why discernment is needed, since practically speaking, someone who repents is not the same as the person who does evil. Mercy is a necessary attribute of justice. Knowing the circumstances of an individual is necessary to properly judge them. Therefore, we must assume our Creator is merciful for the sake of justice. Wisdom dictates consistency. That which we want done unto ourselves should be done unto others. Believing that our Creator is an inconsistent judge defeats the whole purpose of following them. If we do not want to be killed, yet believe that He commands the killing of other innocents, we are declaring that our Creator's character cannot be trusted. If they demand you do things contrary to what you want or expect to be done unto yourself, then you cannot trust the judgment of the Creator you are endorsing, since they are inconsistent in their judgments. This is foolish thinking. Believing about them things that make them out to be inconsistent defeats the purpose of following them or even believing in them. Another key to wisdom is the belief that our Creator is both omnipresent and omniscient, as well as capable of relating to us in a human way. If our Creator isn't omniscient and omnipresent, then their judgment cannot be proper due to a lack of proper information. If they cannot relate in a human way, then they cannot properly judge us or even communicate with us in a way that is worth following. Also, one who is entrusted with just judgments must additionally be foreknowing. If they have the understanding to judge and the ability to create and control, then they also need the ability to foresee. If that is the case, then we ought to entirely trust one who is worth following and believe everything they say, conditional upon them meeting each of these criteria. We can discern certain attributes of our Creator but cannot know all things. Being able to determine who our Creator is, we therefore ought to trust in every other thing they say, since we have already determined that they know all things and also have our best interests at heart. Every single one of these beliefs are necessary for wisdom. Without any of these concepts, wisdom falls apart into nihilism, which is ultimately foolishness. Thank you for your time.